diesel Kawasaki KDX 200. The provisional results see Hilton Howard in the lead ahead of Dalton, Andrews, Island, DuPont and Myron. Join us on Sutu Sun Roof of Africa Rally, round 7 of the Total GTE Off-Road Championship. Today's section of the grueling event saw motorcycling competitors covering 362 kilometers with 5 fuel stops en route. The cars would stop only once for fuel and travel slightly further. The previous day's speed trial results meant that Philip Milan and Richard Leeke would be first off the line in their Toyota Hilux, followed closely by 7 impatient space frames.
If they do pass us, we're going to just pressurize them all the time, and we hope that tiresomeness and faults are going to put them out and put us back where we want to be.
How are you going to keep him under control? He's known to be one who's not too restrained in his approach.
Well, I've got a hacksaw. I'm going to cut his horns off as soon as they pop up. And then I've got a cattle prodder for later on. 25,000 volts should do it.
We're going to use 4 eyes and our experience that we've got in the roof over the years. I think combined we must have 20 years of experience in the roof. And put that to good use.
There was panic in the Toyota camp as Milan and Leeke realized they had no crash helmets, vital necessities for any off-roader. They'd been mistakenly left in the service van. With a 5:30 a.m. starting time almost upon them, an anxious Milan trying to find the service vehicle and the helmets. But time waits for no one. Richard Schilling and Robbie Walk moved up a place and set off first in their Mototech Raceco, while Milan set off in search of both van and helmets.
Richard, what's all the drama about?
Drama's about our crash helmets are sitting in our service van, unfortunately. And as you know, with off-road racing, you have to wear a crash helmet. And we're just trying to borrow another couple of crash helmets quickly so that we can go. So we've already lost about 3 minutes.
With Milan and Leeke delayed, it was up to Alfred van Vieren and Piet Pelser in their Class 5 Hilux to restore Toyota's honour. The Castrol Barberspin 500 winners set off 5th. Meanwhile, Milan and Leeke had sent someone to intercept their service van, which had been en route to the refuel point. Within minutes, they had their helmets and were back in the Hilux. Tension and frustration evident as they strapped themselves into their seats. This mistake had cost them 7 valuable minutes, and for a team normally meticulous in pre-race preparations, surely left them with red faces. An hour after the vehicle's departure would be the turn of the motorcycles. First off would be Hilton Hayward on his KTM, with Gavin Nimmo on the Yamaha 2nd and Jeremy Davies mounted on the KTM 3rd. The riders had the luxury of a later start, setting off an hour after the vehicles.
The 2 passes coming up the tail end jump are so bad as they are in the dry. And if it rains seriously, we'll be out there forever. There's just no traction in the wet on those 2 passes.
I'm hoping to be able to pace myself until then and save my energy and then, you know, give it everything I got at Leteli. And hopefully I can pull enough ahead then to just pace myself again after the telly and see what happens, hopefully come in first.
I'd like to do something. I haven't had much luck this year in the Nationals, as everybody knows, and being the national champion this year, I'd like to just win this race, just to know that I can still do it.
On the start line, tension mounted as riders waited for the flag to drop. Ahead of them stretched a long and tough day. And they're off, with Hayward in the lead. The excitement of off-roading is that no matter who's leading at the start of the day, 300 or 400 kilometers later could see a completely different set of results. The peace and quiet of Maputeng is rudely shattered by the distinctive whine of a raceco. It's Richard Schilling and Robbie Walk in their Mototech Raceco with a 2.5-minute lead on the rest of the field. Long-distance races are Schilling's forte. Last year he won the 1,000-kilometer Toyota Desert Race and also took the winner's laurels at the 1990 Roof. He's known for meticulous vehicle preparation, and this, coupled with consistently good driving, may well earn him another Roof win. Local businessman Ashley Thorne was looking good in his Maluti as he and navigator Pepe Mart powered their way up from 10th position to 2nd overall. Born and bred in Lesotho, Thorne would dearly love to win this event. Sitting 11 minutes behind the leading cars and in 3rd place were Klaus Degener and Robin Yates in the Duckham's Chenoweth. Yates won the Roof 2 years ago driving his own vehicle and had hopes pinned on Degener to score him another victory. Husband and wife team Arnold and Estelle Mathieu were lying fourth in their Mayerton Toyota Raceco, with Milan and LEEKE behind them. Steadily making his way through the field was first-time roof entrant young Greg Wiebel, along with navigator Warren Klaassen in the Raceco Kojima. These locals could have done with some extra horsepower. Leading Class 10 were the Pieterse brothers, Ferdi and Johan in their Orko. They were being pursued by Herman Sulwald in his Sandmaster and Wolf-Peter Vumfai in the WPP buggy. Another one bites the dust. Having problems with his Class 9 Ford Fire Raceco was Carl van Rensburg Sr. Behind him, and in a similar predicament, were Springboks Bux Carolyn and Kennish Coldhammer in the Porsche-powered Castrol Yokohama Raceco. Although Carolyn got going again soon afterwards, van Rensburg was forced to withdraw with clutch problems. Regular roof entrants Fufolo Shai and Nkopani Kwacha of the Royal Lesotho Defence Force were back again this year in a new Toyota Hilux. A great improvement, they said, on the heavier old Toyota Land Cruiser they formerly drove. Overtaking them here were ALFIE Reineke and Lucas Dreyer in their BP Ford, which started way back in the 51st place and had steadily moved through the field. Reineke rolled both his truck and his service vehicle 2 days before the roof and is still sporting a black eye from the incident. The pace and the action was hotting up among the motorcyclists who reached the Maputeng area. Hilton Hayward was retaining a slim lead of 21 seconds over multiple roof winner Alfie Cox, mounted on a Ford Fire Kawasaki, and Jeremy Davies on his Truck Africa KTM. Natal's Alfie Cox is known for his sharply tuned navigational skills, which combined with unmistakable riding talent have helped him win the roof 3 years in a row. Cox could afford no mistake, with arch-rival Jeremy Davies breathing down his neck. Unbeknown to these locals, their peace and tranquility is about to be very rudely interrupted. Leading the 200cc category and setting a flying pace was reigning class champion Brian BONTEKONING on his Winston Yamaha. BONTEKONING was only 46 seconds ahead of teammate Richard Manning. Lying 10th overall and second in the 200s, Manning wasn't doing too badly at all. He recently won the Toyota 1000 Desert Race, and we spoke to him about his chances of winning another 1,000-kilometer event.
I think the odds are very slim, yeah, because of the high speeds on the dirt roads and that. But if something goes wrong with the cars, we're in with a bit of a chance.
The third 200 through this water splash was Graham McLaughlin on his Lesotho office equipment Kawasaki KDX. Greg Wiebel and Warren Klaassen were locked in a titanic battle for the lead, with defending roof champion Richard Schilling and navigator Robert Walk. Just what an off-roader doesn't need, especially if he's Klaus Degener. He and Robin Yates were delayed with a right rear puncture and problems with their left front suspension, which broke loose from the chassis of their Duckens Chenoweth. However, Degener is one of the most tenacious drivers around, and it'll take more than this to stop him from carrying on with the race. Besides, one thing off-roaders excel at is making a plan.
We did hit a rock, but it didn't. There was nothing wrong with it then. But I think it's just fatigue.
The spirit of the roof is what makes this legendary race such a special event. If you see someone stuck, you stop and offer to help. Harry, the Rocket Roscoe, was going flat out in his Protea playing card Raceco until he saw Degener at the side of the road. Despite lying third overall, he still risked losing valuable time as he stopped to see if any help was needed.
It's a shocking thing to happen, this.
Oh, Robert, that's what as I said, at least I've got to have a laugh with this oak.
Carolyn and Scholdhammer were moving up the field and in a healthy 7th position after starting 45 minutes after the leaders. They were followed by Class 3 leaders Theo Kutsia and Ian Wedderburn in their Chev. As we said, off-roaders always make a plan. Degener and Yates disconnected the broken shock and very carefully headed on towards the finish at Katsi. Leading the Class 2s were Derek Penoy and Antoine Meyrung in their Volkswagen Beetle. They done exceptionally well, having started off in 26th position and moved up to 10th place. Motorcycle leader Jeremy Davies had gained a 7-minute lead over the rest of the two-wheelers on his Truck Africa KTM. Second overall was a flying ALFIE Cox on the Fort Fire Kawasaki. Dehydration is an ever-present problem for riders, and to prevent this, they usually carry 2 liters of water in special bags strapped to their chests and backs. A scant 3 minutes behind Cox was Springbok Errol Dalton on his BP Huts diesel Kawasaki, the 500cc class. At Katsi, up in the mountains, was the finish and overnight stop.
You can hear them, eh?
An anxious Brian Weevil scanned the horizon for son Greg and navigator Warren Klaassen. Seconds later, the pink Raceco Kojima hurtled into view. He had an exciting battle with Schilling and Diergener, he said, before shaking them off his tail.
We sat together, Richie, myself, and Klaas. And then we got lost together, we found the route again, and then Klaas dropped off. I don't know what happened to Klaas.
The day's racing was dominated by space frames, with Raceco occupying the first 4 places. Leading the motorcycles into the finish was Springbok Jeremy Davies on his Truck Africa KTM. His overseas campaign this year seemed to have given him that vital edge necessary for this event. A healthy 7 minutes separated him from fellow Springbok ALFIE Cox on the Fort Fire Kawasaki, who'd been hindered by suspension problems.
The problem is it's hilly, then you go ramp out, then you climb the pass, and it's cold, eh?
Yeah.
And your muscles freeze. You can't move your hands. So it's heavy going.
The top 10 motorcycles home comprised 5 KTMs, 2 Kawasaki's, 2 Yamahas and a Honda, with the 250s dominating. Stretch took its toll on men and their machinery, and at the overnight stop at Katsi, repairs were carried out well into the night. A good rest would be vital for drivers who would be tackling another 500 kilometers of rough and hazardous terrain today.